I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been. So if they ask you how I feel, what's up? I'ma tell you I feel amazing. I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been. So if they ask you how I feel, what's up? I'ma tell you I feel amazing. I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been. I am. So if they ask you how I feel, what's up? I'ma tell you I feel amazing. I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been. So if they ask you how I feel, I'ma tell you I feel amazing.
I do feel amazing.
I bet you do.
And why would you say, I bet that you bet I do?
Because well, okay, one, you actually love that song, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that song is the bomb. Yeah, I do love that song.
So one, that's the reason why every time you come on Wednesday, you get to hear that as the intro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Number two, anytime you can go at a certain company,
What?
it brings you joy.
What?
Yes, wow. So,
I don't know of what you're speaking, sir.
Oh Lord, I don't know why you acting like that. It's in the show.
Of what are you speaking?
Oh, don't worry. You couldn't get at them last week, so you're gonna get at them this week. By the way, welcome to Bearing Down the Gridiron. I know it's a late start for us, but I hope you had a very, very enjoyable Thanksgiving weekend. Hope you enjoy Rivalry week too, because some interesting things happen in Rivalry week.
I most certainly enjoy Rivalry.
And one to which my co-host wasn't too fond of one result.
No, but definitely was fond of another.
So, welcome. Oh, and by the way, look at the new set.
That's as fire as the Ground Roundup song. Oh yeah. Well, you is in your bag, son.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Which, by the way, you will not hear the Gridiron Roundup, the Bear Down Tour. You will not hear those today. So we keeping it simple today as I continue to finalize the final touches of the rebrand for Bearing Down the Gridiron. Sure, nice house is done.
But nice. I'm going to have to ask you to retool my stuff. Man, this is nice.
So, but we still retooling for Bearing Down the Gridiron. But today it's not just myself and Mr. Cole Johnson.
It's not?
No, it's not us today. Somebody requested to make an appearance and check out the new day of the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, making his return, Mr. Cool McCain.
Cool McCain in the building.
Here I go.
Man, it's good to see you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Let me do this.
I feel like I have a few things I need to say this week, so I need to slide on through.
Oh, okay. Well, let me get comfortable because I want to hear these things you got to say.
Not get comfortable. Is it me or is Cool McCain lagging behind?
No, maybe.
Yeah, you lagging behind there, sir. I can tell.
The eagle eye that you are, sir.
Well, for once, it's not you.
I'm going to let that slide, son. I'm going to let that slug slide. Another one, you're going to pay for it.
I ain't going to pay for nothing. I don't know what to tell you.
You shoot another slug, but you're going to pay for it, son.
Hey, the only one paying for it is Florida State. Oh, did I say that?
You got a free one. Next one, I'm gonna get the slug coming right between the eyes, son.
Maybe I don't have to do no more because guess who's in the chat?
My man, my ace. Wise Living. Shout out to the Real Wise radio network as we are on live right now. The CEO of that wonderful product, along with Real Wise Global Media. He's saying hello, my brothers. Hello to you, Wise El Jefe. One half of Mentality as well.
Talking about somebody who throws slugs at you.
Oh well. Like I said, you got one. You had your free one.
I think I'm better than that. Do I feel like I'm lagging like I was before?
I think not.
Am I lagging?
No, you good.
No.
You good now. You good now.
3 times the charm.
Hey, whatever it takes. Now, ladies and gentlemen,
Once, twice, 3 times a connection.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going ahead and jump right into it. So, pretty much around the no huddle is pretty much one topic, just different names, and that's the coaching changes that had taken place in college football. So, as you can see, the main thing is Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss to LSU. Coach Johnson, hold your peace. You'll get your chance. Hold your peace.
I did not say anything.
I said hold your peace.
I do have a question. I have a question about that, but I'll wait.
Hey, hold your peace. Pat Fitzgerald is too.
I did not say anything. What? I told you, son. You had one time for the slugs.
You must have forgot you did message me when he made that announcement, so I know what's coming.
I did not forget.
That one ain't no slug. That one was stopping you before you get started.
I know you're setting the table. I know that.
Pat Fitzgerald left Northwestern to go to Michigan State. John Summerall from Tulane to Florida. Bob Chesney from James Madison to UCLA. Ryan Silverfield from Memphis, and I want to choke you if I had a chance, to Arkansas.
So violent.
Why so violent?
Who supposed to be in the American Championship and is not?
Well, I know you picked Memphis to be the team that was supposed to be out of the Group 5 to be in the playoffs. Yes,
But
and,
no, you want to
that's not
sit down
going
and
to
lose.
happen.
And you want to lose to UA.
I just want to remember somebody said that Virginia had no chance this year too.
Yes, I know. I said it.
He was talking about me.
I was talking about him.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, he want to come at me. He ain't gonna go at you.
I just wanted to throw it out there. I just, I mean, you did say it as well, so I appreciate. I appreciate the fact that you say, I owned up to that.
Yeah, I do. I own up to it.
I respect that.
Yeah.
So, but here's all your coaching changes and Coach McCain, what's your question first before Coach Johnson lights a fire on the one head coach? And I already know he's lighting the fire on.
Thank you, sir. So this is kind of jumping ahead a little bit too, but I mean, everybody's watching should be knowledgeable about what's happening. So we got these playoffs, right? College football playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple of years ago, we had a team in Florida State that we projected was going to be worse because they didn't have their starting quarterback. It was by far, I think, the best defense in the country, and they didn't get an opportunity for a championship in the 4-team playoff, right? Last year, so they did that.
2 years ago.
Yeah, yes. He said the last year they had the format of 4 teams.
Yes, sir. I was paying attention. So now we have a coach that's not going to be there, and a lot of his staff is not going to be there. The OC is going to come back and call plays, but the new head coach is going to be in place, so everything's going to go through him. So we're saying that Lane Kiffin doesn't matter to Ole Miss, but DeAndre Francois, I believe, is who that quarterback was. Florida State has so many quarterbacks, it's hard to remember.
Jordan Travis.
But Jordan, yeah, they all tear their knees and get hurt, so it's hard to remember which one was which. Yeah, Jordan Travis mattered more to his team than Lane Kiffin. That's what. Am I understanding correctly? Because they're not being punished at all for losing their head coach going into the playoffs.
This is what me and Coach Johnson talked about 2 years ago when we said If there was a 12 team, it was a 12-team playoff, Florida State would have been in with no questions asked.
Oh,
but
yeah.
you only have 4 spots.
Okay, but you left them out. But we're not even moving down an Ole Miss team that doesn't have their coach anymore. We're not even moving them down. We're saying it doesn't matter at all. That's the question. So I know sometimes people want to make it, oh, no. The question is, we're not going to change the ranking at all of a team who lost their head coach right before we're getting into the postseason. That the question is not, and let's make sure that we're clear, because I know how you like to do sometimes. Florida State didn't make the 14. Florida State was punished because they lost their quarterback. We're not doing anything to Ole Miss, who lost their head coach, because the team said, no, you can't coach because you're leaving. We're not going to let you finish out the season when you got the boys here. We don't want you coaching. Which, hey, there's
one way I can answer it, but I'm gonna wait till they get to the CFP.
But I just want to understand
part of the show.
Is that reasonable to y'all? Do y'all see how that's reasonable? When we set a precedent, we've got teams that we're talking about. Oh, if you play the same team that you beat early in the season, now they might beat you, so you're not better than them, and all kind of stuff. But we're not saying, oh, you don't have your head coach. So if you were to play another team that actually has the same coaching staff that's been there all year in the same order, that's not going to affect you at all.
Welcome to the one.
I don't understand the logic behind that.
Welcome to the one aspect about the NCAA that I dislike more than any other. The fact that they operate in the double standard. They operate in the double standard. And I hate that. I hate them for that. And you make a really good point. You make a really solid point, Cool. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to say that if you don't have the starting quarterback of a team, they can't advance to the playoffs. But you can ban a coach, and more than likely that team, another team, is going to be in, no question about it.
I have a different problem.
But I have many more. But I have many more axes to grind with the NCAA, as you very well know.
Yeah, that's just a
I have a different problem with this.
That's one of the biggest ones. Okay, what is yours?
So we looking at Ole Miss in the playoffs, correct? Ole Miss is in the playoffs, correct?
Ole Miss in the playoffs. I mean, come on.
If Tulane handled business this weekend, they're in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, because they were in line to be in the Group 5 representative. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna save it for later, because when I get to the CLP rankings, I'm gonna let everything that I got to say out.
All right.
Because, and I'm pretty sure, Coach Jones, you probably gonna say part of what I'm gonna say later on. So go ahead and get your axe to grind with one head coach that's going down to Baton Rouge.
What? I have an axe to grind? Moi? I don't have an axe to grind. I'm happy for Monty Kiffin. Oh, I'm sorry. No, this is his son Lane. I'm happy for Lane. I mean, he said he was making the decision for his family. I mean, that's what he said, right? That, you know, it's a family decision, and that he consulted all of his his mentors, Pete Carroll and Nick Saban, and basically said, you know, your father would tell you, hop on the first thing smoking, get out of Oxford, son. But they wouldn't say that he said that. They said that, but you know full well, Carroll and Saban said, look, Oxford is nowheresville. Now, LSU, okay, it's nowheresville, but it's less nowheresville than Oxford. And if you feel as though you can actually contribute, that's fine. But you know what? I'm happy for Lane. I am so happy for Lane. And this is why I'm happy for him. He's getting that bag. 7 years, $93 million. I mean, he getting that bag. And if Ole Miss goes to the playoffs and wins, he stands to get $1 million. He stands to get $1 million. If they win this year, if they win it all, he gets $1 million. If LSU wins when he's a coach, he gets $1 million. $3 million if they make the playoffs. Oh, and along with it as well, they will pay off the Oxford home that he stayed in with his family, and they will put down $500,000 toward the new house in Baton Rouge he's going to get. So I have to be responsible and adult here. Lane, you're the same age. Well, not the same age as me. You're in the same generation as I am. So you saw the money, you went for the money, and I can't fault you. And if a school's going to put forth that much money, oh, and oh, by the way, if you win a national championship with LSU, not only will you get $1 million, but you must be the highest paid coach in college football. I mean, hey, uh, I would have to look at Ole Miss and say, "You rednecks, I'm gonna trade these bunch of rednecks for the bunch of rednecks that eats gumbo." So I understand, I understand, but the fact of the matter is, you're leaving your troops in the middle of your season, and this is supposed to be historic, best run that Ole Miss has had in football in their football history. The best season in their history is this year. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think they have ever won many games in the regular season as this year. But you decided to look for greener pastures. And I felt as though you actually had something working, but I guess no, you didn't. And part of me is smiling because Playmaker thought you were going to head to Gainesville. But you said basically the swamp is not for you. I mean, Playmaker was thinking, "Oh, he's going to follow the footsteps of Steve Spurrier." I mean, he's one of the Steve Spurrier disciples. He's going to restore the chump, the stump of the chump. We're going to be going. Oh, we're going to be clapping. We're going to do the Gator Chomp again. Oh, it's going to be great. And he said, "I don't think so. No, sir. Mm-mm. I want all the gumbo, all the red beans and rice, all the boudin, and all the jambalaya you could serve me. Come on. I want that and the Ed Orgeron, all that I can get. I want all of it. I want all of it.
Hey,
Bayou
Coach.
Country, come on." Yes, sir.
Hey, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Is he gonna do his Bayou accent, his introductory press
That I'm glad you mentioned that, cool. Because I was going to say to you, Lane, don't do the mistake the last head coach did, because that East Coast fool decided that he wanted to channel being a fake Southern Baptist preacher. He must have seen, I guess he must have seen one of them Jesse Duplantis sermons, thought he would be him and channeled him and did a poor job of it. But I don't think you'll run LSU that way, and I don't think you will act as though you are a fake Southern Baptist preacher. But I would admit I am going to miss Brian Kelly. I'm going to miss him because he was a riot. However, there is a complaint I do have about you, Lane. Although this year you pretty much have satisfied my quotient. You had the ability to just get in the way of your team, just like your predecessor did. But this year you did a good job. You actually decided not to be that way until you said you wanted out of Ole Miss. But hey, I'll give you a chance, Lane. I want you to prove to all of us that you are one of the best coaches in college football, that you can win a national championship and not be a distraction. Unlike of another figure that's in your new city, one Governor Landry, who figured he wanted to actually hire whoever was going to be the next head coach. Memo to you, Landry. You got too much stuff to deal with on your desk when it comes to people, when it comes to education, when it comes to resources, when it comes to policing, when it comes to actually governing. You're not an athletic director. You're most certainly not a head coach, and you're not affiliated with Louisiana State University.
But
You're
he is
the
a clown.
governor of Louisiana. Go ahead, sir.
I was just saying, but he is a clown.
What Cool said. Get and stay out of grown folks' business, Landry. And Lane, I hope you enjoy all the gumbo, all the red beans and rice, all the boudin, and all the jambalaya that your heart can desire. And I hope you lean heavily on Ed Orgeron and drink in all of the Death Valley goodness. Because if you slip up, you will be shipped out quicker than a hurricane will roll through the state. But congratulations, Lane. Although I think you cheated your boys in Ole Miss a bit, I understand. You get in the bag. Get that bag and stay getting that bag, son. As we need an interpreter for what Playmaker has to say. Along with that, Pat Fitzgerald, he's actually going to make Snowman very disappointed. He's no longer the Northwestern head coach. He now is the Michigan State head coach.
Not according to Wise.
Wise says technically Fitzgerald was fired. Well, okay, technically yes, but Snowman's still going to be upset and distraught because we always hear how in the lore of Northwestern how much Pat Fitzgerald figures into the program's history.
And you know what? Let me surprise my co-host because he doesn't know me like he think he does. Lane Kiffin, he made the right decision.
Get the
Playmaker up here pulling it.
No, that feeling hurts.
Lane Kiffin, you made the right decision.
He made the right decision. You tell me he made the right decision and didn't go to Gainesville, and you were on both knees praying he made it there.
Thanks out, friend. Now don't get it twisted. You can't find nowhere me praying for Lane Kiffin. Like, don't you even try that exaggeration.
He said he was down on both knees. I was like, whoa.
That's why I said praying. Both knees praying.
Second there, I
said both knees praying. I didn't say pull down the pants.
Either way, he said he was lying regardless. Because darn well I wasn't vouching or having a campaign for Lane Kiffin to come to Gainesville.
I didn't say he was gonna pull down the trousers and play that thing like a harmonica. I didn't say that.
Jeez.
I said both knees praying.
Thank goodness.
I wasn't even praying either. Okay. I was letting it play out.
Oh man.
And I know the reason why he didn't go to Gainesville. I agree with the reason why he didn't go to Gainesville.
He did not go to Gainesville because.
Can I get a new athletic director in Gainesville, please?
So you're not liking the current athletic director still?
Lane don't like him.
Well, I know Lane obviously doesn't, but you have complained about him often this year.
Often.
You see why? Lane wanted to come to Gainesville.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a meeting with Scott Strickland. And it was like, you know what? I think Baton Rouge is better for me.
But I mean, in all fairness, it is Baton Rouge. You can go down there and eat with well, I guess you can't eat with Ozempic. What's it called?
Not Ozempic.
Orgeron? Nah. Ozempic Zion.
Oh Lord, no.
Wow.
And go eat with Ozempic Zion. No beignets and all that.
Really? Really?
Oh, I gotta steal that name so bad. Oh yes. Oh, Ozempic Zion. That's you was a champ.
I know this is a football show, but you tell me any other way he lost that much weight that fast.
You was a champ. Cool. I love that one.
I'm just saying. You tell me another way he lost that weight that fast.
Oh, Ozempic Zion.
Put me on. Teach me something. Help me understand.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Now that Cool said that, I forgot to say something earlier in the show.
That's a gym and a half, Cool. Thank you so much.
For the first time, we're not having commercials.
Oh,
so this is straight. We're going straight
cereal.
through.
Cereal.
Cereal.
You so cereal.
So I ain't playing no grapples, nothing. We just going straight through today. I add a
So
grapples
cereal.
later. So now that we got this out the way, Mr. Small, you're coming. Welcome to Gainesville. You did a good job in Tulane, but you pulled a Lane Kiffin and you left them and we're doing one of the most important parts of the season.
But I'm saying, but like, so in defense of these coaches, though, if these high profile programs or big jumps for you, coach, do you want to be the coach or not? If you're trying to wait until after the bowl game, we going with somebody else. What you supposed to do?
And that
because I'm gonna tell you, I'm taking the job. I'm taking the job.
Yeah, because the bag,
they got to get ready.
The bag comes.
This is all the NCAA's fault. I know we'll get to that later when we bag it on the NCAA, so I will save it for them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, Cole gonna get his in first. I'm gonna get mine in later.
I'm just gonna sit back and watch.
Because speaking of the NCAA, Mr. Johnson, before I give you the full screen again, I just want you to read the title of this article, and you just go from there.
The NCAA votes to rescind a rule change allowing bets on pro sports.
And fight.
Oh my goodness. So it took you this long with all of these investigations and all of these grandstandings for you to realize, oh, wait a minute, this probably is a bad thing to allow 18 to 22-year-olds to bet because we can't regulate them. Or is it you couldn't find a way to make the money off of these fools betting? I think that's what it is. And you couldn't find a way to make the money and still be this pristine bastion of goodness for student athletics, because as you have often said throughout Cool's, Playmakers, and my time on earth, student is bigger than athlete, and you all support the students being in athletics, and that it's more important for these athletes to get a degree than it is for them to win on the field. And you support the winning on the field, but you want them to be scholastically powerful. What a crock of crap. It's about how much money you can make off of these men and women, and you know it. And this was another attempt for you to make money off of them, since, well, you can't make money and basically be feeling good about yourself and saying, well, hey, these amateur athletes aren't making any money, even though we're making hand over fist money, and the schools are too. Well, oh, so be it. And then you got your butt hurt and feelings hurt when you found out that, oh, wait a minute, these athletes can make money now with these NIL deals. I mean, it's good that they're making money, but how can we get in on the action? We need a piece of that. And you're still trying to figure out how to get a piece of that. And I hope you find the piece that you're looking for, because these athletes deserve all of what they earn. And since you're not going to help them, they should get it. And now you're trying to find a way to do it through betting. And you found that the sledding was tough. And you're like, well, we thought we can get off. We thought it could be easy for us. We thought the lane was driven down and we can find that money. We can milk Caesars. We can milk MGM Grand. We can milk all of Vegas. We can find our way to make money. You greedy motherfucker. You can't. And now here we are in December, and you put forth this back in October, and now you're saying, well, you know what? We're not going to let these chaps bet on pro sports. So which one was it? Was it the three that you found in University of New Orleans? Was it the one that you found at Temple? Was it the one that you found at at Arizona State? Well, name me which one of the investigations of them betting on the NCAA and their own teams did make you say, well, I think gambling can be a problem. Which one of those investigations? Because it could have been all of them. Because you were plotting full speed ahead when you had one investigation get leaked after another, after another, after another. But I should not be surprised that you all decided to pull the bag, because you couldn't find your way to feel and look greasy. You couldn't find your way to look as horrible as you did. And I actually think that the NBA stuff that happened latter part of October, I think it made you think twice too. Because you had to understand, wow, there are big time risks if we're going to involve gambling in our entity. Well, congratulations on actually finding a brain to come up with that and pumping the brakes. Because this shouldn't have been leaked out in the first place, but it was going to be leaked out anyway, because you greedy as you can read. You did go to school, right? Yeah. Lord have mercy.
Cool McCain, you want in on this?
I just want to say one thing. I think say everything he needs to say. Gambling is bad, right?
Ring the bell. Ring the bell. What just happened?
Oh, man. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, Lord.
When that article came out 2 weeks ago, I was like, oh, my God, Coach John's going to have a field day with this.
That's what them greedy fools get.
He's going to have a field day with this. Oh, my gosh. So are you serious right now?
Wasted everybody's time. That's what they get. That's what them fools get.
Oh, you know what? No, we're going to let them bet. It's only going to be on professional sports when they bet. No, you know what? We having some complicated. We gonna push the voting back a bit. And then now we get here. We are not going to allow them to do it. A whole month. A whole damn month. I will say this one thing. I'll give the NCAA this. Thank you for giving me 3 fight nights with Coach Johnson because of y'all dummies.
Goodness gracious.
I'm so happy I created that segment for you. Because anytime I see NCAA and a problem next time, I'm like, I'm getting me a fight night. Yes. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, I guess I have to thank you for that, because it made me create the graphic that I just did.
You would have had it last week, but Thanksgiving happened. And
yeah, I know it would have been last week, but still. But yeah, I'm borrowed from Snowman. Yes, NCAA, it's you. It's always been you. It's you now, and always be you. Read it.
You thirsty tricks.
You thirsty heifer. Now get out of my face, you thirsty heifers.
Oh man. Now, as we continue on today's show, Rivalry Week. And I have taken the liberty to choosing the 5 games that I felt that was most important. We might not get through all 5 of them. But Cool McCain, you're the guest for today. You get first pick of which way you want to start. And here's your 5 games that I thought had the biggest impact of the week.
We can start at the top, sir. My good man.
All right, Cool McCain wants to focus on the Georgia Bulldogs continuing to own the old-fashioned rivalry. Or should I say old-fashioned hate? Over Georgia Tech, this time in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So, Mr. McCain, what would you like to say about the Bulldogs' 16-9 win over their country state rivals?
I'm still trying to understand the concept of, they kept it close and, it was a good game and, blah, blah, blah. They lost. And to quote Nipsey Hussle, the last time that I checked, a loss was a loss. No one should give monkeys, what, right, left, or both. Tech held Georgia to 16 points and only lost by a touchdown. You lost. You took what my good man, Mr. Johnson, would say, a big fat L.
Thank you. Yes, they took a big fat L.
But because the country likes Georgia Tech, certain players from the team, they're one of the few ACC teams that can catch a little stray glizzy globbling time to time. And I feel like they're getting that for only losing by 7 points. I haven't heard a lot of people say, Georgia, shame on you for only winning by 7. But I'm hearing a lot of, Georgia Tech take the game to 7 with Georgia. Nom, 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 nom. Close my eye. I don't want to give my eye. Why?
Maybe people are surprised that Georgia Tech is actually building a team in football for once. I mean, they did go on. How many overtimes they went in last year in Athens?
What was it? 8?
That game would not end.
And how many did Georgia Tech lose by last year?
What's this? It was 7.
2 points. Because after that, they kept going for 2 points.
Right,
so one score. It just so happened that they were with the 2 points, but again, one score. Mm-hmm. So are we truly surprised that the team who took them to what, 7 you said overtime? I couldn't even remember how many it was.
Like 7 or 8. It was up there.
Yeah.
Are we truly surprised by that? Should Georgia Tech be getting their glizzies globbled for that? Help me understand.
Outside of the three of us, people see the G and the T and they don't think football, but they look and they see the record Georgia Tech has and it's like, oh my gosh, this is not a one-hit wonder.
Wait till they lose their quarterback, then we'll talk.
It's like how Coach Johnson feels about Vanderbilt. he don't believe it, but it's happening.
Wait until they lose their quarterback.
That's how Georgia Tech is the ACC version of Vanderbilt.
Yes, they are. Well,
again.
Duke tops them.
Wait until they lose their quarterback. Then come talk to me about Georgia Tech.
Right.
Yeah, I believe he'll be going after this year.
We'll see.
The fullback that's throwing the ball for Georgia Tech. Wait till he's gone.
Mr. Johnson, which of the 5 games have your interests?
Well, Miami did what they were supposed to do, so it's not that. The doctors, lawyers, and engineers embarrassed Rocky Top
in the second half.
In the second half, but that's not where my attention is. And shout out to
I know where your attention is at. That's why I asked it that way.
Yeah, I know that's why you asked it the way you did. Georgia, I'm 100% with Cool. The fact that you all are struggling to win is making me look real horrible, because you should not have struggled to beat Georgia Tech by 7. Not saying that Georgia Tech is a horrible team, but you're supposed to be better than they are, and you're not proving it. And Ohio State finally got off the schneid and beat Michigan and made the game boring. I wanted you to make the game boring because you were far better than Michigan, and Michigan has basically a Pop Warner program from 1930 that plays offense. But where I and focus my attention on is them crappy Aggies getting that L in Austin. You all deserve that. And for all of you in College Station, when you all had the delusions of grandeur, thinking that you were going to be national champions and will go all the way past the SEC championship game undefeated, now you ain't going to the SEC championship game at all. I love it. I love it. I love it. This was beautiful. Oh my gosh. I mean, the only thing that would have been more beautiful is if the point score was greater. That's the only thing that would have been more beautiful. But I will say this in all honesty. Congratulations, A&M. You had a wonderful season. You have a great team, and Marcel Reed is the real deal. Don't mess him up, because if he stays there next year, you have a chance to actually be a national championship contender. But I'm glad that you took the L in Austin. And I'm glad your first L this year was in Austin. That makes my year. Because the Longhorns beat Oklahoma in Dallas. And then, in my favorite city, Dallas. And then they turn around next month and they beat the Aggies at home. And I love feeling the way I feel. Even if, no, I shouldn't say, even when the Longhorns do not make the playoffs. I don't give a crap about the playoffs. They did what they were supposed to do. They beat A&M and Oklahoma. And to a smaller degree, they put a big-time spanking on Arkansas. They beat the three programs that Texas pretty much dislikes the most, and I'm so excited. But to the Aggies, to borrow and paraphrase Shaq when he was talking to Kobe, tell me how that horn tastes. Because I'm
boss.
Because I'm sure it must have hurt mighty bad.
Double balls.
Especially when you spread them. No, I'm not gonna go there.
Triple pause.
But this made my Thanksgiving night. Outside of talking to my cousin, this made my Thanksgiving night when I saw that A&M took their first L of 2025, and it was at the hands of Texas. That made me happy. Now, if you all think that this Longhorn fan is going to say, well, this should solidify Texas being in the playoffs. I mean, they beat an undefeated team late in the season. It was their rival, and that should be good enough because they beat another top 10 program too. No. You ain't off the hook. You don't belong in the playoffs. You ain't going to get there.
No playoffs for you.
No playoffs for you. Be happy. Look, this is your reward for 2025. Be happy you beat Oklahoma and you got the golden hat. Be happy that you beat the Aggies because you hadn't had a chance to even beat them for a decade plus. Now you beat them 2 years in a row, and be happy about that. This is a wonderful season. You can celebrate that. You can also celebrate the fact you beat Vanderbilt, who's probably going to be in the top 15, and they may make the playoffs. Be happy you have those 3 wins in your coffers.
And get ready for the Outback Bowl.
Yeah, and they get ready for the Clap Them Cheeks Bowl. No playoffs for you.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself on that one.
That was a great bowl.
I couldn't help myself with that one.
Take a call.
I'm sorry. I had to throw one. I had to throw one across the middle, please, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You had a home run with it too.
Oh,
now they clapped them cheeks bowl. All right, so Cool McCain had his focus on Georgia.
No pun intended.
No.
If it's a woman, I ain't gonna pause that.
Cool want to focus on the
if it's a man, I'm pause that all day long.
Between Georgia and Georgia Tech.
Of course, man.
That's what I thought.
Of course, I knew Cole Johnson was going to the Battle of Texas.
Mm-hmm. Now, you served the alley-oop to me, and I knew you did that on purpose.
Ryan Day took you 4 years, and you had to go to Ann Arbor, but you finally did it. Now, Ohio State Buckeye fans don't have to crucify you, send you death threats,
and all that because
you finally beat Michigan.
Took them 5 years. 2 L's in Columbus, 2 L's in Ann Arbor before this one. Yeah.
Did they ever egg his house though?
Not did they ever egg his house.
Because I know somebody who got their house egged.
They ain't even gonna do that to him. Because Cole Johnson will tell you what happened last year. They was Ohio State fans. They was disgusted with it.
Oh, they were horrible. They were horrified. They were horrified. Yeah. And I mean, you've had Nick Saban this year in the college football season actually say, quote, I'm disgusted with Ohio State fans. They actually don't realize they won a national championship. They're more disgusted that they lost to Michigan than they did winning the national championship. They got to get their priorities straight. Close quote.
And I agree with Coach Saban. Because guess what? When they was going through the playoffs, me and Coach Johnson was like, well, darn, I guess them losing to Michigan actually did them a favor.
And I'm sorry about this, Cool. This is not an attack toward the school you love, but this is akin to in basketball when North Carolina and Duke, I forgot which year it was recently, when it went off against the national semifinal.
Well, I think that was about 4 or 5 years ago when they beat.
Yeah, they beat Duke in the national final. And I know Cool's not like this, but there were many Carolina fans who's like, we don't give a crap if we win a national championship. We beat Duke.
Apparently no, it's not. They beat. No. Let me edify that for you. Ain't just they beat Duke. They retired Coach K in the final.
Yeah. They retired Coach K and beat Duke.
Even yet and still, you didn't win a championship.
Right.
You had a double digit lead.
And had a lead in the national championship game.
Championship was retiring Coach K. That's what happened. Let's be honest.
And had a lead in the national championship game. And I'm like, okay, so you are so happy with retiring Coach K, but you still did not get the job done. Because just like Duke, you didn't right. Because just like Duke, you didn't cut out the nets either. I mean, make that make sense.
Ohio State, but they ain't cut down this, but they took home the golden trophy.
They took home the cylinder trophy, the silver cylinder.
But it's like, no, we want to beat Michigan.
Who gives a crap? You beat Michigan. Michigan wants to be where you are.
Now, guess what?
And weren't you the school that were there the year before? Shut up.
Now, what would happen if y'all go in the playoffs and y'all get beat in the playoffs? You still gonna be happy that you beat Michigan? Because you can't go back to back.
Doesn't matter. They beat Michigan.
Oh gosh. And it's probably how they would. That's probably how they would look at it. Cool. But bump us getting out. We beat the team we wanted to beat, Michigan, and we beat them in Ann Arbor.
And that's how the Cowboys feel every year. If they beat us, they're like, yeah, Dak beat the Eagles, yeah. Doesn't matter if they won a Super Bowl, Dak beat the Eagles, yeah.
What the yeah?
I don't get it. I don't get it.
As much fun as I have at Oklahoma's and Texas A&M's expense,
I can tell you this right now. Even though Texas beat A&M, let A&M win the national championship. Coach Johnson is going off. That no other team could beat Texas A&M.
Right. It would royally suck. I was like, and the same with Oklahoma. Stop them two schools. Don't have either one of them hoist that crappy trophy.
Cole, there's no way that could happen because you beat Texas A&M.
Right.
So it's okay if they win the championship.
And that's the stupid logic that I don't like with fans. That's the exact stupid logic I can't stand with fans. I'm like, yeah, they won.
Yeah,
they,
we beat the
yeah,
national champions. Yeah,
they, they're national champion, but we beat them. Shut up.
we beat them. Yeah.
Yeah, you beat them, but you ain't have a say at them stopping them from winning it.
Right. I'm like, come on. Yeah,
But we beat them, y'all.
Yeah, we beat them, y'all. Shut
Y'all.
y'all behind up.
Y'all.
Shut y'all behind up. Oh, Lord.
Like,
Jeez.
come on, man.
Just
They're basically
stupid
saying,
logic,
hey,
man.
Florida beat Florida State, but Florida State won it. But Florida State won the Gridiron championship. You think I'm happy about that? No.
Why are you
Well,
not
should you?
playmaker? You beat them, y'all.
I don't care. Now in this case, this year, I think Florida fans will take this win over Florida State because the second time out of 3 years, if I remember right, Coach Johnson, we the reason why Florida State can't go to a bowl game.
Yeah. No, you're correct.
And yet they still keeping Mike Novell for another year.
I'll be honest with you. Even if they had to beat y'all, they weren't gonna put them in that playoff. They were gonna say the same crap they said. Even though they won the game, y'all.
But shout out to Miami. They went to Acrisure Stadium and handled business against Pitt. The reason why Pitt ain't playing this weekend is because of Miami.
There's a small slither of very small, like 1% slither of happiness for that. And that's just the petty in me.
Diego Pavia and the Commodores, or as Coach Johnson would like to refer to them as
The dentist, lawyers, and doctors.
A school full of doctors, lawyers, and engineers.
they went to Knoxville. And in the second half decided to put their foot up Tennessee's you know what.
Yeah, they literally ran them out of Neyland Stadium. It was impressive just to see how 100,000 people can be quiet so hard, because in the middle of the third quarter on, Vanderbilt just dominated Tennessee, and you had that feeling. The building had the feeling, oh, this is going to be just like how most of these games go. Tennessee's going to blow the brakes off of Vanderbilt. We get to enjoy beating the team that we played last game of the year, as we always do. And yeah, we get to wait to see if we either qualify for playoffs or if we get the rocker or we get the hum on the joystick bowl.
Ooh.
You in
What?
Miami gonna
These bowls that don't mean crap.
that's why I'm gonna hate the show in 2 or 3 weeks. Because you is just gonna sit here and you gonna go off on all these bowl games. I'm gonna hate this.
I mean,
Miami gonna be the Joy Juice Bowl.
it's like, who gives a crap about the Pinstripe Bowl, the Sun Bowl, the Holiday Bowl, Blue Bonnet Bowl, the Tech? Who gives a crap about these bowls? And the fact that the one in Orlando they're playing, Pop-Tarts, is the doggone sponsor for it. That's why I was like, I'm done. Hello Kitty, buy one of these bowls and sponsor it.
Tostitos. We got Tostitos Bowl.
Yeah. Well,
That's the Fiesta Bowl.
yeah.
It's still Tostitos.
Victoria's Secret, sponsor a bowl. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Don't say that.
interesting.
I'm finna say don't say that to Cool. I just say don't say that to Cool. He'll be interested in that one. Victoria's Secret Bowl. What?
Say what? Say who?
Say who?
Cool gonna be like, when and where, what time?
I mean, yeah.
All I
If
need
you
to know
have
is what channel and what time.
and you have the coin Slutty Vegan. I mean, come on, sponsor bowl. I mean, this is ridiculous.
I would love that one too. Bloody Vegan Bowl. Tell me that's not awesome.
Oh my god. Cole, just be quiet.
And you get real wild with it. You get real wild
more-
with it, Cole. The American Airlines Slutty Vegan Bowl. That would be great.
The more bold names you throw out there, the more interesting Cool gets. Just stop.
These are not lies. These are not lies. I don't detect any lies here. These are not lies.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying, the American Airlines Slutty Vegan Bowl. That is better than anything we have right now.
Oh my gosh.
The holes in different area codes bowl.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
It's better names.
Oh Lord.
All right. Here's how rivalry week went for the two of us. Thanks to the doctors, lawyers, and engineers, which I'm actually surprised that Cole actually picked them.
That was even Stevens.
And I said, Pitt, if you want to make this the Burke, you have to beat Miami. You couldn't do it. Matter of fact, you could even scratch Miami.
Cole, I can't say the word I want to say. You re-negroed on what we said earlier in the season. That's why you didn't win. What did we say about Arizona? What did we say about Arizona, Cole? Can't trust them. Won't trust them. Can't do it. Won't do it, and you did it.
Well, unfortunately, I had to pick one of them Arizona schools because I trust neither
Arizona
one of them.
State, we always said, don't trust Arizona State.
You're right. Oh, man. Yeah, you're right. I re-negroed on that one. You're right.
And yes, he did pick the Aggies over the Lords.
Yeah, because they were bull.
No, I can't blame you for that.
Yeah, because they were full of bullshit. I can't even say what I want to say. In Athens.
Bull crap.
Yes. Yeah, they were full of bull spit in Athens.
I told you I was going down with the ship, so
I've been saying if
I'm going down with a W though.
You going down?
He hadn't trusted the Sun Devils, he would have won.
Yeah, you're right.
He trusted the Sun Devils.
You're right. And they took that L. But for you, playmaker, pause.
I was going to say that one for you, sir. I heard it.
I thought
it
you
was on
did.
my
I
lips.
thought
I was
you
like, I'm going to say that.
You got one, I got a triple pause, so we still ain't even.
Cole probably should have got a quadruple.
You had to go
pause.
triple pause on me. That's sad, man.
Yeah, he probably should have got a quadruple and a quadruple.
We definitely could have won quadruple, but me and Cool was like, we just gonna leave it right here at the triple part and be done.
All I said
Yeah,
was,
it was.
all I was telling her the horror days. That's all I said.
You said a little bit more than that, sir. That's said a little bit more than that, sir.
You definitely did. Oh my goodness. I hope y'all enjoying the show as we crossing the hour mark here. Now we gotta get down to business. Now we had the fun. Now it's time to get a little serious.
All right.
I'm saving my
And
picture.
and this jerk off want to put the darn background. I love Dallas.
How dare you call me jerk off, you peanut gallery dummy?
Because I can't use the word that I wanted to use. That was better. So I had to modify it.
I know, but how dare you call me an idiot?
How?
I said,
Because
how
that
dare?
damn thing in the background is a goddamn lie. That's how.
I never lie.
The harsh profanity.
I never lie. I do love Dallas. Now, it would be a lie if I said I love the Cowboys, the Rangers, the Stars, the Mustangs, and the Horned Frogs. That would be a lie.
Hey, what
That
else we
was
got in common? What got in common?
And the Wings.
Hey, well, you definitely can't stand. Why is the Wings like number one on your list? Even though there's not matter of fact, I'm gonna say that for Monday. We're gonna talk about why is the Wings number one on Cole Johnson's list. That man go off on them more than he go off on the Cowboys. Good gracious.
Well, the Cowboys is just low hanging fruit at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 31 years and counting. It would be 31 years and counting. They made
All
the
right,
last
Stephen A.
Super
All right,
trip.
Stephen A. Johnson.
Well, hey, that's the truth. But if I said I love the Cowboys, the Rangers, the Stars, the Wings, the Mavericks, the Mustangs, or the Horned Frogs, that would be a lie. Because I love none of them. But you said what do they have in common? They all play in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex area.
Arlington area.
Or in Cool's case, since I have to give him props on the name, Arlington, since both the Rangers and the Cowboys play in Arlington.
AFT.
So yeah. So you got the AFT and the ABT.
I can dig it.
All right, let's get down to business.
Since the Rangers took a chunk of stone and hit AT&T Stadium.
These are the updated CFP rankings. Yeah. Texas Tech is at 4. Oregon down at 5. Ole Miss is at 6. If you was here for the most part of the show, Cool McCain's problem. Ole Miss is at 6. The two teams Cole Johnson can't stand are right behind each other at 7 and 8.
Which means more than likely both will make the playoffs.
Alabama is at 9, Notre Dame 10, BYU 11, and Miami is on the outskirts looking in at 12.
And can't improve where they are. That's the messed up part.
Can't do nothing. Texas 13.
They most certainly can't do nothing. And nor should they.
But the interesting part here is number 20.
Be prepared for the Lick the Beaver Bowl, Texas.
I actually want to see that game too.
Don't you throw no more bowl games out there. Just stop. You throwing out bowl names that you because that's so you control it, and Cool is like accepting every last one of them.
Hey, they're good bowls to be. I think it's a great bowl name.
Oh my!
I think Cole should be on the committee.
Thank you, sir.
Name because he's doing a great job.
Thank you, sir.
He can't stand bowl season. There's a reason why he's doing
He's
that.
still doing a great job. Whether he can stand it or not, that's not that's not my place to judge.
You got 45 bowls we don't give two craps about.
40 of them.
We only care about 6.
Yeah, I rounded when I said 40. It's 39 technically. And my team is going to be in one of those 39. Yay!
And so is mine. Yay!
Mine's home for the holidays, so.
Well, you all should celebrate.
Better off.
Yes.
Right, you better off. Y'all might not realize it, but y'all better off.
But number 20, that team in Tulane holds their destiny in their own hands.
Mm-hmm.
Number 24, North Texas.
The same.
They hold their destiny in their own hands. And the team that's praying to have an opportunity, number 25, James Madison.
So we're actually going to have a group of 5 game within a game, huh?
Actually, I just want to throw this out here. The ACC championship game is between number 17 Virginia and unranked Duke.
That's correct.
You couldn't wait. You couldn't wait for that.
No, I could not wait.
You knew you couldn't wait for this.
Is right on the precipice of happening. And Duke has a better quarterback than Virginia. Virginia has a better team. Duke has a better quarterback. In one game, a better quarterback can sometimes be the better team.
That's correct.
Doomsday scenario is Duke wins the ACC.
Mm-hmm. And they will automatically make it there.
They don't automatically make it if they win the ACC. Because if there's two Group of 5 teams that are ranked above them,
Ooh.
they don't necessarily automatically make it. And the committee's going to punish a 5-loss Duke team, even if they make, even if they win the ACC.
Yeah. Did you
So
see?
as an AC fan,
you ain't feeling it. Okay. So you ain't feeling it. Okay. Got it.
Because it says conference champion number 4, conference champion number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't say ACC champion.
No, but we pretty much know it's either going to be Ohio State, Indiana is going to be 1, Texas Tech, BYU, that's 2, and then Alabama, Georgia's 3. So it's a Group of 5 in the ACC.
As a Miami fan, as an ACC fan,
will they really punish the ACC if Duke wins? That is my question.
They're not punishing the ACC; they're punishing Duke.
Yeah,
and yes, they would. Duke has
that's punishing That's pretty much punishing the ACC.
The ACC punished themselves when they let that piece of crap team in the championship game. There is no reason why Duke could have ever had an opportunity to play in the championship game with 5 losses.
That's what happens when you play music. That's what happens when you play musical chairs in November.
I love that.
Listen, you let a pile of monkey poo excrete itself from the championship game.
Not excrete. Not excrete.
And you know whose fault it is? It is SMU's fault. SMU couldn't beat Cal. SMU lost to Cal and put Duke in the championship game. So SMU, you beat Miami and you lost to Cal. Piss on you. Hot urine right after you've had 2 coffees and 3 Cokes.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you want them to have the runs. Goodness gracious.
I want the straight nasty spray.
He said
you smell it from the leaves, the urethra, all the way till it hits them.
I had to
piss on you, SMU.
I got to give props to my man Cool for having excrete expertly.
So now
in his analysis,
Miami needs help because Miami might be the only hope for the ACC.
That's what I would think.
Alabama needs to lose. If they lose, there's no way they can stay above Miami if they lose again.
Yeah, because the only win that Alabama has is Georgia, and it got avenged. So yeah.
Then we also need BYU to lose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I have a sinking, horrible feeling that the excreted pile of monkey poo is going to find a way to win and screw everything up.
So obviously you're rooting for Virginia. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, the teams or schools that you see listed in this bracket have a pretty good chance of being
more than likely they're in. Yeah. All the schools are more than likely in. I can't see any one of them dropping off.
So, Alabama's 9.
I'll take that back. Except for Alabama. I can't see any of the schools dropping.
And I also want to say Notre Dame being ranked above Miami is disrespectful.
That's faulty too.
That's disrespectful in so many ways. And for anybody who's like, if they play on a neutral field right now, then Miami would shut the fudge up. Come here, and I'm gonna put some baby powder on my hand. I'm gonna break my hand. Shut up.
I'm sorry.
That is not how college football works. That has never been how college football works. You line up and you play games.
That's exactly what
you beat a team head to head. And then you've played better than that team against common opponents. How are they above you? And here's the thing. You got people gonna say, it's Notre Dame. Oh, well, guess what? Miami's a name also, you sons of biscuit eaters. You stupid idiots. You turd mouths.
So Notre Dame lost to Miami and A&M.
A&M by a point. But
2 losses that are very highly considered according to committee.
Two losses by a combined score of 4 points. But Cool is correct. And this is another issue I have with the NCAA. Going back to 2008, Texas beat down Oklahoma. But who played in the Big 12 championship game? Oklahoma. I mean, they love to be awashed in the bath of hypocrisy. Like, how can you describe this to be fair when these two teams went on the field? They played, the team that won gets shafted. Explain that to me.
What about the rest of the schedule?
I don't give a crap.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. So rest of the schedule don't matter.
No, head to head.
I want to.
So head to head is the only thing that need to matter. Head to head, nothing else. Because
look, could I clown Miami for wetting the bed against Louisville? Yes.
Yeah, we need to do that. We need to do that as well. We do need to also look at Miami and say, you put yourself in this situation. Lost to SMU, came back and won the next week. You were still in the top 10. Then you wet the bed against Louisville. And I believe I was on the show after that, and I said, Miami just pissed away their chance to win a chance to be in the playoffs. Because at the end of the day, you don't lose that game if you want to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's wrong that Notre Dame is ranked above them and they're going to be the one instead of them. But if Miami had not lost to an inferior team in Louisville, and yes, I'm going to call them inferior.
They were. You're not lying.
Then they would be in the ACC championship game. You win that. Even if you lost, you still
would have been in the playoffs. Yeah, Miami still would have been in the playoffs. They lost.
You wet the bed, and now you're going to pay for it. So Mario Cristobal, this is your fault. You're the head coach. You didn't have those guys ready to play against Louisville. I give you one loss. I ain't expect you to go undefeated. I give you one loss. But Louisville,
went into
they went to Coral Gables and housed them. That's what makes it even more embarrassing. At least the SMU loss, you could explain it away and say, yeah, it was an L, and Miami should have beaten them, but this was in Dallas. That at Louisville game, that was at home, and they looked really bad. That's, to me, even with the SMU loss, that's the worst the Miami team looked all year when they played Louisville.
Oh yeah,
the worst.
And I'm telling
the worst they looked all year.
Games like that, those are the reason that teams don't make it to the playoffs. So while I am upset, we did everything we could to allow the committee to put us in this position. And when you allow somebody that wants to treat you bad, give them opportunity, they treat you bad.
So now me and Cool, we on the same wavelength on that one. Because Miami beat Notre Dame. But you cannot let Louisville walk in there at Hard Rock Stadium and turn Carson Beck back into UGA Carson Beck.
But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, Playmaker. Okay. You didn't listen to what I said because we're not on the same wavelength. I said we allowed them to put us in a position to treat us wrong. You didn't hear that part.
No, I say that's why we're on the same wavelength.
We were done completely wrong. We have been done completely wrong. We have 4 common opponents with Notre Dame. Yes. We beat every one of them by more than Notre Dame did. And we beat Notre Dame head-to-head. There is no reason that you can tell me you're going to say, oh, Miami had a bad game against Louisville, so Notre Dame should play above them, even though they beat them head-to-head.
Then you come down with the loss to SMU.
But SMU's a ranked team. SMU was undefeated last year in the ACC, and SMU was ranked when they played them.
Yeah, that's last year.
SMU was ranked this year when they played them.
Yeah, they were.
They was ranked.
Yeah,
but if you look at Miami losses,
the higher ranked team.
Look at your losses and look at Notre Dame losses.
Okay, but look at the head-to-head. So because Notre Dame had nicer losses, we just got through talking about earlier. An L is an L. Did I not say that? I don't give a flying monkey's nuts how much you lose by. An L.
It don't matter.
An L is an L. I agree with that.
You open the door for this.
It don't matter how much you lose. Like you lose.
I'll put it this way.
It's who you lost. It's not how much you lost. It's who you lost to.
I'll put it this way. Notre Dame opened the door for Miami to beat them.
Miami beat Notre Dame. Miami has common opponents. Miami was better against those common opponents.
Yeah,
they both have.
And yet you lost to SMU.
They
and
both
Louisville compared to Notre Dame losing to Miami and
A&M. Trying to play SMU like they're an unranked piece of garbage. Don't do that.
They ain't on the level of Texas A&M.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well,
that's who they play. They don't play in that conference.
Notre Dame.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
Notre Dame,
right.
And guess what? Notre Dame got rewarded for playing A&M. Notre Dame got rewarded for playing tougher opponents.
They got rewarded because Miami is in the ACC.
Yeah. Syracuse.
Texas
they got rewarded because Miami is in the ACC. That's why they got rewarded.
No, they got rewarded because Miami didn't handle business. That's why
Miami is in the ACC. That's why they got rewarded. I'm about to say, you can sit here all the bull crap that you want.
Hey, motherfucker, your team decided to lose the two.
Your heart of heart is bull crap. They both have 2 losses. I don't give a flying.
You shouldn't have lost to Louisville and that SMU. That's plain and simple.
Okay, but they should have lost to Miami.
No, SMU is that's a little on the excusable side.
Okay,
the Louisville loss is unexcusable.
If Miami shouldn't have lost to SMU, then Notre Dame shouldn't have lost Miami because they were both ranked.
You can say that, but guess what? Y'all beat them week 1. Y'all finished the season losing to SMU and Louisville.
We lost 1 game we shouldn't have lost, and that was Louisville.
Right.
Don't open the door.
You're not going to sit here and spit your false narrative bullcrap and try to say that SMU is not a good team.
If y'all didn't handle business like y'all supposed to.
That's a solid team.
You know why? You know why I can say that? Because no, you want to know why I can say that? Because you lost to Louisville first, so you already had less room for error.
Don't forget half of Notre Dame's games were against the ACC. Don't forget that.
I know that. What I'm telling you is when you lost to Louisville on a Friday night out of nowhere, that killed y'all chances to not lose another game. And then you went to Dallas and lost to SMU. So you basically did what Memphis did. The reason why Memphis is in their position. You shouldn't have lost to UAB when you did, but you knew you still had a chance, and then they ended up losing another game to East Carolina.
SMU is a good team. I don't have a problem.
That's not the point. You lost to Louisville first.
Okay, but SMU is a good team. So
if you wouldn't have lost to Louisville and then you lost to SMU, well then yeah. But you lost to Louisville already, so you couldn't afford another loss. That's the point.
SMU is a good team. How many losses does Notre Dame have?
2.
Answer me that. They have 2 losses, right? And who is one of those 2 losses? Isn't that Miami?
One of them is to Miami.
We both have 2 losses.
No.
You gotta say. You gotta listen to somebody else. You can't just you
not hearing me. I told you exactly why y'all in this position. When you lost to Louisville, you couldn't afford another loss.
That's a lie.
No, you cannot afford another loss.
That's a lie.
I'm not really. You lost to Louisville, you couldn't afford another loss.
We have the same amount of losses as Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
We play common opponents. You don't want to hear none of that. All you want to do is try to, you lost to Louisville.
I told you exactly why you're in the position that you're in.
One of the 2 losses that Notre Dame has is Miami. One of the 2 losses.
I'm telling you exactly the reason why you're in the position. You can feel mad about Notre Dame being above you. When you lost to Louisville, when you lost to Louisville, you could not afford another loss.
It's wrong. I am not mad. It's wrong.
How is it wrong when y'all put yourself in that position?
It's wrong.
Y'all put yourself in that position.
It's wrong. You don't beat a team head to head. You end up
you can beat a team, but you can't. But you can't lose to Louisville and the SMU.
Hold on. You've been sitting here talking the whole time. How about you let me talk? If you've been
talking more than me.
If Notre Dame's loss is so great, then why are they at 10? If the loss is so great, if losing to Texas A&M is such a great thing, why aren't there 6? Why aren't they 5? Why are they down at 10?
Let's see. Undefeated.
Is Alabama
Oregon only lost 1 game.
How many games
Alabama only lost 1 game.
Alabama's
how many games Alabama lost? How many games
Alabama lost 2 games.
They've lost 2.
Okay. So they're above Notre Dame. They had the same amount of losses.
Yeah, they have a win over Georgia. Did you miss that part?
I didn't miss that part. We have a win over Notre Dame.
And you scratch that out with a loss to Louisville, and then you combine it with a loss to SMU.
You don't scratch out wins, bro. That's never been that way. See, that's the kind of bull crap that the committee. You know what? You need to be on the committee because you think just like those A clowns.
I explain what they're doing.
You think just like those A clowns, and you should be one of them. If anybody's watching this from the college football committee, if you want another A clown that's going to think the same way you already think, Playmaker is your guy. He's already there. You ain't got to even train him. Wow. He's already there. He's indoctrinated completely to how y'all do things.
Now you don't have to train him.
That's all I got to say.
I don't have to train him.
Well, don't get mad at me because y'all put yourself in that
I'm
position.
not mad at you. I'm not mad at you.
No. Because like all that you just spent right there, you feel some type of way. It ain't my fault that y'all lost to Louisville and SMU. That's your fault. It ain't my fault. That's your fault. Y'all didn't handle business.
They lost to Miami. Is it not Notre Dame's fault they lost to Miami?
But guess what? They lost in week 1 and week 2, and they won the rest of the table. And guess what? They sat there and watched Miami do stupid stuff.
Put my boy on the committee. That's where he belongs with y'all. Put him on the committee.
Y'all the ones doing stupid stuff.
Put him on the committee.
Nobody told y'all to lose to Louisville at home. What's wrong with y'all?
Nobody told Notre Dame to lose to Miami. What's wrong with them?
Well, y'all was playing good. And then for some reason, y'all decided not to play good towards the end. Like you did last year. Y'all pretty much did the same thing you did last year. You had an opportunity to get in, and then you decided to screw up.
I'm glad you brought up last year. Since you want to be, let's be factual. Miami lost the game last year and didn't win it. That was last year. Oh, and by the way, weren't you the one that just said about 5 minutes ago, oh, we're not talking about last year, we're talking about this year. But you want to bring up last year now.
I say y'all did the exact same thing that y'all did last year.
Just like the committee.
You had the opportunity to get in. You had the opportunity to get in. You already had a loss to Louisville, and then you went to Dallas and took another L.
And we beat Notre Dame.
Whose fault is that for leaving the door open?
Whose fault the Notre Dame lost us? And we got to say
whose fault is that for leaving the door open? Y'all didn't close the door.
Whose fault is it that Notre Dame lost us?
It's Miami's fault. Miami's the reason why Notre Dame is in the position that they're in.
It's our fault that we beat Notre Dame.
No, it's y'all fault. The reason why y'all left the door open. That's the part that you don't get. You don't know. You don't get it. Y'all left the door open. Instead of y'all closing your door, you left the door open.
Versus 2 losses. One of the losses is against a team that's two spots behind you. And the reason that everybody on the committee gives, and I'm sure you would give the same reason if you were there. If they were to play right now on a neutral field, we feel like Notre Dame is a better team than Miami, so that's why we have them ranked higher. They're not saying, because they got to win over Texas A&M. They're using the same BS logic that they always do. And I think
the problem is y'all didn't handle your business when y'all supposed to. Did you not lose to Louisville at first? No, wasn't your first loss to Louisville.
No, they not undefeated though. They didn't handle their business week 1. So, like, what are you saying?
I asked you a simple question. Did you or did you not have your first loss to Louisville?
That'd be correct.
Which means,
and
you already put yourself in a position to be in a position like this. As long as you lose another game, and guess what you did? You lost another game.
And Notre Dame lost to us, and they lost another game.
That's correct.
For the position to lose a second game.
That's correct.
Oh, but it doesn't matter because it was against SMU and Louisville. Because it was against Miami and Texas A&M, it's okay for Notre Dame to have the same amount and not even be like like a spot under the team that beat them. Because we're in the same range. So if those losses were very bad, Mr. Playmaker, if they were so terrible, then why are we 12? We're just out of reach.
The reason why y'all are outside looking at?
If the losses were so bad, then why weren't we 15, 18 when we lost those games?
Because everybody else is under y'all. Answer
me that. Riddle me that.
Everybody else.
No, riddle me that.
Riddle me that.
Riddle me that. Is so where y'all at,
Mr.
Texas.
Yeah, they're 12.
Texas has 3 losses.
That's
correct.
And the reason why they got 3 losses is because they went to the swamp.
That's a bunch of crap.
That's why
I'm ranked team. And that's why they didn't gonna get in because they lost the ranked team.
If they didn't lose to Florida, Texas probably be in.
More than likely.
How many?
Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt has 3 losses.
No, they're 3. Oh, that was 2.
Is it 2?
Texas and
So why
Alabama.
is Texas above Vanderbilt?
Because
Vanderbilt only got
Texas
two
beat
losses.
Vanderbilt. Because Texas beat Vanderbilt.
Texas dominated.
Oh.
Well, Texas beat
Wait a
Vanderbilt
minute.
and
Hold on.
wait. Before you go, cool. Texas beat Vanderbilt, and Texas' last win was against a team that was ranked number 3.
Hold on. So you mean to tell me that a 3-loss Texas team is above a 2-loss Vanderbilt team because they beat them head to head? Is that what?
It's not because they beat them. It's not because they beat them head to head.
That's one. But no, that's one of the reasons why.
That has to be part of the reason, right?
It is.
Like we can't put our head in, and it's not part of the reason. Is it 100% of the reason? But
no,
it is part of the reason.
Not even close.
Yes, but definitely, yes, it is. Yes.
So a 3-loss Texas team is over a 2-loss Vanderbilt team, and one of those 2 losses was against Texas.
Right.
Yes.
So shame on Florida, shame on Texas for losing 3 times. You know, it's they lose 3 times, and hey, if they had lost 3 games, maybe they would be above Vanderbilt. Oh, never mind, my fault. That's Miami. They only gets that treatment.
No,
if they wouldn't have lost to Florida, Texas would be in, but they decided to lose to Florida.
My fault.
Yeah, dummies. Them straight.
But they're still over Vanderbilt, and they lost to Florida.
Yeah, because they beat Texas A&M, but they wanted to beat Texas A&M, and you want to be in that spot.
But they still lost to Florida. So losing to Florida cancels out the win of Texas A&M in your logic, playmaker.
Good.
In your logic that you just used for me. So are we not using the same logic for Texas? Their best win cancels out their worst loss. That's what you just told me. But I guess it only applies to us.
No, because they also beat Oklahoma too, who is actually ranked number 8. You do have a win over number 8.
If they only had that one win, and they still have the other 2 losses, and they only had that
they would not be ranked 13th.
Right.
If they had only that one win, but they did beat Oklahoma.
Right.
After they lost to Florida.
They would have been much lower.
The game after they lost.
Because they had the opportunity to go out and play another highly ranked team because of the conference that they're in.
Right. Yeah.
Makes sense. That's sarcastic, just in case you weren't clear.
That's very sarcastic.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's very sarcastic.
Makes total sense.
But
I'm just saying, I asked for consistency and it's not there.
Again,
how can it be consistent? Every conference
they are
is different.
very inconsistent. They are consistently inconsistent. That's why it's like the
And how can you sit back and understand things when it's not even consistent? If you say this is the reasons, this is this is that, and it's the same for Ohio State as it is for USC.
It's not the same for them too.
If it's the same,
and they ain't the same conference, and it still ain't the same.
Right. That's why I didn't necessarily name those 2 teams, and then I also added Virginia. It should be the same for everybody, because that way I can say, this happens to everybody, even if you beat a team head to head. If you have the same amount of losses or more, you can still be ranked below them. But that doesn't happen for everybody. It's not happening for Texas and Vanderbilt.
Yeah. Which
even
as a Texas fan, I think that's whack personally.
Because the
as soon as Texas lost to Florida, Cole said that's it for them.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, you're not giving everyone the same, because you're punishing Miami for not being in the SEC.
That's one. You're also punishing them because then, even though Miami is a name, we all know Notre Dame is unfortunately, the biggest name in college football. And
the thing, I don't think that Notre Dame does not deserve to be in the playoffs. But
no, I know that's not your argument.
You don't have a consistent
way
that you're grading and ranking all the teams.
And that's we are hearing that. Cool.
Let me ask you this question.
That's my number one.
Is that something that
in terms of committee, it is not consistent at all, and hasn't been
all
for
the
decades.
Commissioners of each of these conferences, is that on them?
No, it's not, because the ACC is the weakest of the big conferences, and you know that.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm asking. Like, is it?
You can't have a voice.
No.
Everything is controlled by the SEC and the Big Ten.
Yeah, they're the big dogs, no question.
So no, it's not on all the commissioners. It's only on 2 because they control everything.
And here's something that would buffer Cool's point. Notre Dame, almost half their schedule is against ACC teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just
I
mentioned
think this year was different. I think it had probably one less ACC game because they had like
it was still a good amount.
Yeah.
But they added 2 ACC teams. They added I think they added a Big Ten team to it. I was like, okay, so Notre Dame scheduling is different than usual.
Mm-hmm. But most of the schools they played in one conference was the ACC.
Yes.
And Miami and Notre Dame played the same amount of teams, and they played head to head.
I'm with you with the head to head.
And yeah. So along with head to head, the streak of victory comes into play. And Miami has Notre Dame on both. Yet Notre Dame is ensconced in the playoff chase, and Miami is going, invite me. I think that's wrong.
And the thing is, we all know what this really goes back to. This is really not about Miami and Notre Dame.
No.
Because the committee could really care less about Miami and Notre Dame.
Right.
This is really about ensuring that the SEC, Big Ten has X amount of schools.
To get their share. Yeah.
Yes. That's what this is all really about.
I agree.
And that is the hottest pile of garbage of it all.
I don't think you'll find either one of us disagreeing with that.
No. Because it'd be crazy if the ACC champion gets left out.
It would be crazy.
That would be the most craziest thing I have ever seen. The ACC champion.
If it's Duke, I think they're going to get left out. They're not even ranked. If it's Duke, I think they're getting left out. All jokes, all serious. If it's Duke, I think they're going to get left out. And maybe if they get left out and BYU or Alabama loses, then maybe we'll get the spot. We won't. I don't really hope that. We won't.
So wait a minute. So you said cool that the ACC champion doesn't get an automatic bid?
No, because what happens
he's saying if it's Duke.
If it's Duke, they don't get it because there could be 2 powerful group of 5 got teams that are higher ranked. If 2 teams that win their championships are higher ranked, they would get in over the ACC
over Duke. ACC champion.
So basically, matter of fact, I can break it to you. I can break it down for you like this, Mr. Johnson, as we look at championship week. Go back. As you can see here, we kick it off Friday. Sun Belt. James Madison wins. That doesn't bode well for the ACC.
Right.
It'll do. And then whoever wins between North Texas and Tulane
would, more than likely.
I feel the winner of this game is getting in.
Yeah, I was going to say North Texas Tulane winner is getting in. It's winner is in the playoffs. I agree with that.
Right. So then it comes down to Troy and James Madison. So if Troy beats James Madison.
There's a shot.
If Troy was already higher ranked than Duke, they may just bump Troy up.
If Troy wins that game, because
Duke could win and not even be in the top 25.
That's true. That's true. But I think if Troy wins that game, but Duke wins the ACC championship, I still see that they would put Duke in, even with the 5 losses. I still see that.
Now,
if it's Troy to win, if it's James Madison, I'm with you. I don't see that happening. Yeah,
and it depends on where they have Troy. If they have Troy ranked over Duke already, they'll probably keep them over Duke just to keep the ACC out. Because honestly,
that would suck.
Truthfully speaking, I think the committee is like, darn it, Miami, you idiots! All you had to do was get in the championship game. And honestly, they're not there because of some weird that nobody can even explain tiebreaker Duke has. No one can.
I was wondering how that tiebreaker went. I'm like, how did it go to Duke?
Nobody can explain it, but somehow Duke was the one that won the tiebreaker. Duke, Miami, and somebody else. They all had the same record.
Probably a coin flip.
Let me look it up right now. I don't know how in the world did Duke. By the way, before I continue, Kennesaw State versus Jackson State for the Conference USA, and even though Cole won a custom mount, the Boise State Broncos is playing for the Mountain West Championship against UNLV.
I do, but yes, and unfortunately, I don't think they will make. I don't think they'll be the Group of 5 champion now.
We could see We could literally see Duke win the ACC and the ACC not even have a representative. But if Virginia wins,
That
we're
is
good.
crazy. Yeah, Virginia wins, it's a moot point. But that is crazy. If Duke wins, that is a crazy scenario.
That's why that bracket showed the number 4 conference champion, which is the 4th highest conference champion, and then the 5th highest conference champion.
Yeah.
And normally the ACC would be one of those, but
Right.
if Duke wins, they won't be. I doubt it will be.
That's crazy.
And I mean, Coach Johnson, you can take over the next slide while I review how Duke got into this game.
All right.
Yeah,
So
it might take them a while.
So the Friday lineup, you'll have the MAC championship between Miami, not the U, but the one in Ohio.
Of Ohio.
They're going against Western Michigan. BYU, they're ranked number 11. They will be going to Arlington along with Texas Tech. They'll meet up once again, but this time will be for the Big 12 championship. Both those games I just mentioned are at noon kickoff.
I'm gonna be watching Texas Tech.
Oh, and I'm sorry. This is on Saturday, not Friday. The SEC championship game between Georgia and Alabama, the rematch there. Alabama went to the between the hedges, only 50 miles up the road, and basically housed Georgia. 4 p.m. kickoff there. And then you have the Big 10 championship between number 2 Indiana and number 1 Ohio State.
I'm sure who wins that.
Kickoff between that game and the ACC championship game between Duke and number 17 ranked Virginia is at 8 p.m. The kickoff at the SEC championship is at 4 p.m. The MAC championship is on ESPN. The Big 10 championship is on Fox. And the Big 12, the SEC, and the ACC championship games all are on ABC. And again, these games are on Saturday, December 6th.
Texas Tech, we need a little help. Georgia, I know it's almost impossible for y'all to beat Alabama.
For some reason,
this could be a great time for you to, fall into a win.
Yeah, for some reason, Alabama is Georgia's kryptonite. Oh no, it's kryptonite. I don't know what it is.
Maybe Kirby Smart gonna go out and get drunk the night before, and the OC gonna call plays in the DC, and then we'll be good.
I mean, the only win he has had against him would happen to be a national championship game between the two. But
come on, Georgia, because if Texas Tech beats BYU and Georgia beats Alabama, Miami got to slide into the last spot.
Yeah,
they got to.
Yeah, I would think so.
Because we can't lose a game, but I don't think they're both gonna lose. I think Texas Tech gonna beat BYU.
It's
we gonna you know how they do. You know how they do in the basketball when they got the last 4 in. We go first one out.
First one out.
Yeah, because Texas Tech gonna beat BYU, but then I think we're gonna end up being the first one out for real. Because the last 2 spots is gonna go to 2 conference champions. It may not. It's whoever it is.
Now, my question is, and I think the answer is going to be still yes. Not necessarily Ohio State, but Indiana. If Ohio State boat races Indiana, would they actually still be in the playoff? I think they still will be, but
yeah,
we don't know what this really will.
We could lose by 40, they should still be in. They might drop where they ranked at a lot, but they'll still be in.
A close game, I know Indiana's still in, but I want to see if the Penny actually has the balls to just if they get boat race, if they drop out the whole playoffs.
How many losses did Indiana have?
0. They're
undefeated.
They're undefeated.
It don't matter. Because there'll only be 1 loss. So, Indiana only has 1 loss. And the teams on the outside have 2 losses.
Yeah.
Even if Indiana had 2 losses, they probably still let them in over like Miami and BYU.
Yeah. Now, if it's a close game and they lose, then I know Indiana's still in. But but if they can boat race, what? Why are you timing out, man? Why?
I think Playmaker figured it out. So he probably got a headache.
I do have a headache.
From
who is the commissioner of the
ACC?
Mark Emmert.
That's the commissioner. I thought it was Jim Phillips.
Maybe I'm wrong. Let's find out.
So, I have a question for the ACC. from what I read from Mr. Cole Johnson's place of work, USA Today.
USA Today.
Duke got in because of highest win percentage.
Highest win percentage, huh?
Okay, now me and Koo got into earlier talking about how Miami got screwed. Wait a minute. Duke got in over a higher conference percentage. How do you value the percentage of a conference win when Miami beat Florida State, who was ranked 18th at the time, and it has come off beating a 22nd ranked Pittsburgh team? I just looked at Duke's schedule. They ain't beat nobody that was ranked all season.
I'm about to say it's hot garbage, basically.
What is this about? And I know for sure Miami has a couple of ranked wins in conference, by the way. I'm pretty sure that SMU has a ranked win in conference, by the way. So what I don't understand. I don't. I need somebody to explain this to me.
Don't get me. I'm not getting involved.
This don't make no sense.
I'm not getting involved. That process needs to be. Duke shouldn't be in this game.
Agreed. Playmaker will attest. When I saw Duke Virginia, I was like, wait, Duke Virginia is your ACC championship game? I was like, how is this possible?
SMU fault, because they should have just won.
With the SMU losing to Cal, Miami beating the brace off Pitt, and then Duke surviving Wake Forest. And it says it's following all that results. The Blue Devils will make the 140-mile trip to Charlotte from Durham. With that, because all the results gave Duke the tiebreaker because of a higher conference opponent win percentage.
What a bunch!
Better than Miami, SMU, Pittsburgh, and Georgia Tech.
But we knocked Pittsburgh out when we beat them.
Well,
I know that part. But how does Duke higher win conference percentage over Georgia Tech, Miami, and SMU?
They need to fix the stuff, man.
What in the world, man?
Did Miami not beat a highly ranked team in their last game?
SMU had a good record. If you're talking about opponents, Miami played some of the. I mean, they didn't. Well, nobody was really that good in the ACC this year, but they didn't play Virginia or Georgia Tech.
Right.
But they did play Florida State, who was ranked at the time. They did play SMU, unless Louisville was just that bad. But then I think Miami played Cal, if I remember correctly.
Well, this don't make any sense to me. Y'all could at least put Miami, SMU, or Georgia Tech. It would have made a lot more sense.
Yep. Duke, yeah, that's why I said doomsday scenario. And, the NCAA may have paid, it is the guy you said, Jim
Phillips.
Commissioner now. Jim Phillips, yeah. So they might have paid Jim Phillips to put Duke in.
That's crazy.
Hoping that Duke will win.
But all right, so
Miami just got screwed all over.
Matter of fact, hold on. Before you go, Cole, here's another thing to go back to a point that Cole was trying to make when we was talking Miami and Notre Dame. Guess who beat Duke at Duke?
Notre Dame.
Georgia Tech.
Oh, Georgia Tech, yeah.
So pretty much, Georgia Tech losing at NC State and losing to Pitt cost them the trip to Charlotte. Miami losing to Louisville and SMU cost them a trip to Charlotte.
But Duke losing to who they lost to didn't cost them the trip.
Who did SMU lose to? SMU lost to Wake Forest and Cal.
Wake Forest and Cal, yeah.
Losing to Cal should cost you. I mean, honestly, if you lose to Cal, you can just automatically just be like, they done. So I'm not even. SMU play their way out.
And Duke lost to Georgia Tech and they lost to Virginia.
That's why they're in.
Well, because
they lost their
they lost
ranked conference games and won all the unranked conference games.
And they didn't play us. That's why they're in. Because they lost both of the teams they lost to were ranked and they had the better records. That rule still needs to change though. Head to head should matter. And your overall schedule. If you're going to talk about like degree of wins and stuff, your overall should matter too.
So pretty much
head to head, and also where you're ranked to should matter.
So pretty much the ACC is run like the NCAA.
Yeah, ACC is.
I'm not getting upset again. I'm not getting. I'm gonna say upset because I wasn't. I'm not gonna get worked up again. I'm not doing it.
Your ire cool. I think should be directed to the ACC because
my ire is directed towards everybody. My vitriol is for the NCAA, the ACC, the PCA, the TWT2, everybody.
Because
TWT2,
NAIA, WIC, everybody.
Because it makes no sense that you have a team that is ranked within the top 15 in your conference. And they gotta sit there
and look stupid.
Yeah. And it's possible they will not sniff. If Duke even wins, it's possible that Miami will not sniff being in the playoffs.
Oh, they're not getting it either way. I mean, seriously, I don't see BYU and Florida State losing, and we would need both of them to lose because we're 12th.
Wow. So pretty much the simple fact that Duke lost to Virginia and Georgia Tech is the reason why they get in.
They were smart enough to lose to the good teams.
Crazy.
So we didn't play, and then the thing, what's messed up about it is the way the rule needs to be changed. The ACC has an imbalanced schedule. Everybody doesn't play now.
Right.
So essentially, it's the same thing as saying you're treating us bad because we didn't have an opportunity to play better teams. You're treating us bad because we have an opportunity to play better teams because the way you set the schedule up. Because the conference sets the conference schedule. So that I had looked that up, but it's really unfortunate. It's a lot of like ridiculous working pieces. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't be outside with what they've accomplished. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be outside looking in the playoffs with what they've accomplished. And, it is what it is. I mess with Playmaker all the time, but it is what it is. But a lot of people screwed over Miami.
That's crazy.
Number one being Mario Cristobal still, in my opinion.
It's basically what ACC saying. As long as you lose your ranked games and you win all the other ones, you're good.
Yeah, we're gonna let you in because if that's the tiebreaker, we got. But you got an imbalanced schedule. So like back when the rule came into effect, they had a balanced schedule. Like everybody played everybody, right? So you could everybody play everybody. But now things are different. You got to play certain outside of conference teams and everything to try to get in and whatnot. So that changed, but they never changed the rule on that. So you're punishing teams who happen to not play teams who are good that no one expects. So you make these schedules a couple of years in advance. Who would have thought that Virginia and Georgia Tech would be the two better record teams in the ACC?
Outside of you?
Yeah. And that's only because I live in ACC country. So people leave in ACC country like, all right, especially like in the Carolinas, because you kind of know what's happening with Virginia Tech and all that. So I knew Virginia would be a good team. I didn't think Miami would lose 2 losses in the ACC. If they had lost to Louisville and a team outside of the ACC before ACC play, they would have had a better chance. They lost late, and that's what screwed them too. Because the NCAA.
What does Mario Cristobal do to not have them guys ready to play late in the season?
So what?
What is up with the late game losses?
That's been a Miami staple for over 10 years, sir. It's a staple. It's a program staple. That's what we do.
He's like, okay, Miami got to try to get in, and Cooper like, I don't see it. And sure enough, there it is. I'm like,
I'll be trying to tell y'all.
ACC screwing their own teams out of opportunities.
No, I think it's a rule that I don't think that came into play for a while. So they'll probably do some hogwash. Trying to make sure I use the correct terminology here. Respectfully. They'll do some hogwash, like go and review the rule this offseason and change it, which will just make it matter. Yeah,
they change it something dumber.
No, they'll fix it. They'll make it right, but it ain't gonna help us.
It's not.
Yeah, I'm about to say it'll be too little.
Ain't gonna help y'all, Georgia Tech or SMU.
It'll be too little, too late.
You saying here like really? Hey, Georgia Tech, they on the Cool McCain train. Like we beat them, and we beat them at their place.
I wouldn't be mad if you put Georgia Tech
shaft.
I wouldn't mad. I wouldn't be. I mean, I feel like we should have been because we're the highest ranked team, and I feel like your first tiebreaker should be your ranking. Yeah, I feel like it should always be your first tiebreaker. You know, in college, but ACC.
Thank you, ACC. Y'all gave me a headache trying to figure out how in the hell do
ACC is a basketball school, so a basketball conference. So they gotta get with doing things the right way for other sports. They got to come into the 21st century.
Oh Lord,
they're a basketball conference. Let's be honest. ACC is a basketball conference,
which is true.
Jeez,
they are.
That gave me a headache.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that I had the right understanding. So thank you for clarifying. Because I was looking at that and I was like,
no, you wanted clarification, so that clarification gave me a headache.
I'm telling you, man.
So it didn't clear Jack with you then.
Cool cleared it for me by saying, "Oh, Duke lost to both ranked teams."
I forgot that that's who they lost to. In conference, they lost to Miami and Virginia. So nobody else would have been higher ranked than Miami and Virginia.
Oh, okay. So basically, we just lost to them two, and we get to put in, and while everybody else is looking around like, really?
As long as we have the same record.
Like, really?
Yep. That's the piece that I wasn't connecting. That's why. So all they had to do was say, "Oh, we get to play the better teams. So even if they beat us, we got a chance." Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Virginia, I'm just going to ask you to do what you need to do. I want Virginia. I don't want you to beat Duke. I want you to dog walk them. I want you to stomp a mud hole in them, walk it dry, re-stomp the mud hole, and then throw them out to pasture, still wet.
This could not be the hatred that you have for the school coming into play.
I want you to beat them so bad, all the players leave because they don't even want to be associated with Duke no more.
This could not possibly be. You have an itch to have Duke be embarrassed because it's Duke.
Now listen, for once, it's not about me hating Duke. For once. Now, I will say to you that is a fair assumption. I will not argue that I have an implicit thing Duke. I will not argue that, and I will not try to stand down from that.
Especially in basketball.
Every sport. It could be pinochle, it could be bowling, it could be men swimming. I don't care. Beat Duke. Swimming. But this is not about that. It could be tennis, it can be golf, it could be badminton. I don't care.
Swimming, not swimming.
But in this specific case, it's because I don't want the ACC to not have representation in the college football playoff. Because whoever it is, we're going to lose in the first round. Let's be honest. Whoever it is, we're going to lose in the first round. But I want us to at least get somebody there.
Yeah.
So for once, it's not about my hate for Duke. Every other time it will be, but not this once. But in all fairness, Cole, that was a great call out because 99% of the time it is.
As Coach Johnson,
walk it dry and then fill up the hole and throw them out wet. Oh my gosh!
As Coach Johnson take a 2-game lead into championship week, here is our final picks of the season. Somebody's gonna win this one.
Unfortunately, since I picked BYU to win the Big 12 and Georgia to win the SEC, unfortunately, I have to stand on business. I hate that.
So
He went Kennesaw State. I went Jax State. He's sticking with the Broncos despite him wanting to cuss him out. I'm going UNLV. Texas Tech, man, they just look like a team that ain't playing around.
Their defense is
Playmaker,
awesome.
right? So Playmaker, I need him to be right on Texas Tech, and I need Cole to be right on Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, y'all do what y'all do. Well, and
Duke,
both Virginia, so
Duke shouldn't be in it, and
no, Duke
Virginia, out of all the teams that I said newcomers into the month of November, Virginia has came out still alive. So I'm real with Virginia.
Yeah, they got what, one loss? Did they only lose? I think they only had one loss.
Yeah, Virginia has one loss to the conference. Yeah.
That's why they still, all they had to do was win and they was in. Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of people just screwed the pooch in the conference, like for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just screwed the pooch. Like everybody screwed the pooch in the conference. And then Duke said, we lost to the two top teams. So we're going to go get spanked in the ACC championship game. Everybody's like, doomsday scenario. What if Duke wins?
And I mean, until I see somebody beat Ohio State, I can't pick against Ohio State.
Yeah.
Virginia.
I don't.
Mud hole.
I don't know what team's going to beat Ohio State.
Rehydrate the mud hole. Them out in the pasture, still wet. With the mud hole stomped back into them.
So those are our picks.
Show them that this tomfoolery and have the dashboard ACC and the NCAA has done, that you will right the ship. We believe in you, Virginia. You can do it.
Cool did say Virginia was going to be a team to look out for.
Yeah, he did.
Told y'all. But in all fairness, it's because I'm here. Right? Like in the middle of ACC territory. Y'all wouldn't have known that. But I still like to give Playmaker a hard time every once in a while just because it's my guy.
I ain't expect Georgia Tech to take some losses that they took.
Yeah, Georgia Tech, man, they just... The thing is, their quarterback, he's a solid quarterback. But I mean it when I said a fullback that can throw. Because a lot of times he running over people. So you guys is like, you ain't run over me. That's what Georgia Tech struggles.
And of course,
not a way more athletic and clearly got to spend way more time in the gym version of Jared Lorenz. You remember him? He's that kind of player. Throw a little bit better, move better, but he's that type of quarterback.
I'm actually more mad at Miami because I actually watched that Louisville game. I'm sitting here like, this ain't the Miami team that I'm watching. This is not Miami.
But see, I'm not mad at Miami because Miami has the Miami.
And then Cole Johnson. I know. And then Cole Johnson on your behalf said, you know what, I'm going off of Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciated it. You know what I'm saying? But one of the things I've come to learn with sports is when a team shows you who they are, you listen. Listen. If you show me that you're gonna choke, I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna keep saying you're not gonna choke. I'm gonna say, when are you gonna choke? How many times are you gonna choke? Out of fairness, they only choked one time this year, but it was the wrong time. You should have choked against SMU. But hey, it is what it is. We were high.
And then SMU decided they couldn't beat Cal.
Yeah, but it was a late game. They had to go to Cal, and it was at the end when they lost. So I mean, it's tough to have to go to Cal and play them in the late game because that's most of them dudes probably sleep by then.
One thing I'm not mad at Miami.
I went to Cal was wait, and when I woke back up to go, because I was watching in the living room. When I woke back up to go to bed, I was like, "Oh, Cal won! What the fudge?" Them late games, NBA, NFL, college football, college basketball, them late games, your boy don't always catch all of them. You know what I'm saying? Have to get up and rewatch the last quarter.
This is what we have on tap for championship weekend, and then Sunday we will officially know who's in and who's out, who's playing where.
We know who's out. For the most part, we already know who's out.
If Duke wins the ACC, boy.
Oh Lord.
And I'm gonna tell you, if Duke lose, you ain't gonna see me on this show no more this year until next season. Coming.
If Duke loses?
If Duke wins.
Wins.
Duke wins.
If Duke wins, don't ask me. I ain't coming back to next season. Because if you ask me, I'm gonna put no.
No.
That's pretty much. Let me translate for y'all. That's pretty much cool saying, don't allow me on the show because all types of words are going to get said.
And it won't be censored either.
Yeah, I won't be coming. I'm not gonna put you guys or me in that situation. I won't be coming.
I would love that.
He probably gonna text me, have Cole Johnson to speak for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna message Cole like, Cole, can you just channel me? Say what I need to say. Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay.
I'm not coming. I'm not coming.
Cool said y'all can see him on Shooting Lights Out for the rest of the time.
Yeah, you'll only see me sparingly on Shooting Lights Out. I will not be back on this show until
2026 season.
Yeah. I would not be on for talking about no championship games, no championship, no portal, nothing. I will not be back if Duke wins until next season starts.
Lord, Virginia, do us all a favor, please, because we do not want to see what will happen if Duke wins the ACC.
No.
When Sunday gets here, while we trying to take time before we get ready for NFL Sunday.
They might riot. They might riot.
They might riot. Oh
they
my
might
gosh.
I just got it. If Duke wins, that 1:00 slate for the NFL Sunday ain't gonna feel the same. Because everybody be like, Duke won the ACC, and this is what the committee did. I just got that feeling. If Duke wins, like that 1:00 slate ain't gonna feel right.
I will not be on if Duke wins. That's all I'm gonna say. If Duke wins, I will see y'all next year. I'll support you. I'll watch when I can in the chat, but I will not be on. It will not be happening.
And Noah Cole Johnson, he might messes me with a whole bunch of cuss words.
I'm gonna just say, Cole, you can just channel me. You know how I'm feeling. I will not come on. It'd be wise for me to stay my hind parts off.
Virginia, do us a favor and handle business against Duke again, please, because we do not want to see what the committee does if Duke wins this title.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, I know what they're gonna do.
I mean, you know what they're gonna do. We don't want to see it. we don't want to see it come to visual.
The 3 Cokes and then 2 coffees right before in your bladder. They're gonna do that all over the ACC.
Oh gosh.
That's what we know is gonna happen. For sure.
For my Monarchs of Wrestling brother, Cool McCain, Cole Johnson, Iron the Playmaker, we are out of here. Cause
by the way, y'all, in an hour.
Oh, we get to see another roasting.
Let me do my math. 6:45 now, 8:30. So hour and 45 minutes. If you hop on over to at Eagles Elite Podcast on YouTube, we'll be discussing the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll be discussing the game against the Bears. We'll be looking toward this week's game Monday night against the Chargers, whose quarterback may or may not play. He's having hand surgery. So I wouldn't put my quarterback out if he's having left hand surgery this week against the Eagles on Monday, but I ain't the coach. I ain't the medical staff. I think we'll talk a little playoffs, and I'm sure that there will be a point where we will someone will say something to trigger us all in regard to the offense that we currently are
Let's say so they'll trigger us all.
putting out into the field and masquerading as an actual NFL offense.
Wow.
Probably talk about that a little bit.
Now masquerading as an NFL offense. That's just brutal.
And y'all can catch that at 8:30.
Yep.
That'd be must-see TV. Oh my gosh.
We'll see y'all next time.
I don't even know what I'm gonna say yet.